Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about 6th standard Social Science, Civics, Unit 1, Understanding Diversity, Part 1. So, students, listen carefully to this session. In case of any doubts, make a note of it, which will be clarified on the day of reopening. Students, previous classes we have seen about history and geography. So, we all know history is the study of past events in chronological order. The first unit in history is what is history. In this unit, we have seen about types of history and the different sources of history. Then geography. Geography is the study of both the physical and human features on the earth. The first unit in geography is the universe and solar system. In this lesson, we have seen about the sun, the 8 planets, the motions and the spheres of the earth. Students, I hope you understood from these 2 units. Now let us know about civics. In this part, we are going to learn about the meaning of diversity, to understand the existence of diversity of India, to learn about the different types of diversity, and to know about landforms and lifestyle diversity. Students, first we should understand the meaning of civics. What is civics? Civics is the study of the relationship among government, society and its citizens. Once again I repeat, students, civics is the study of the relationship between the government, society and its citizens. Now let's get into the lesson, diversity. Diversity means difference or variety. Students, what do you mean by diversity? Diversity means difference or variety. Kannan, Anush and Venkat are studying 6th standard and they are good friends. First, Kannan. Kannan speaks Tamil at home. He eats rice and he celebrates Pongal festival. Second, Anush. Anush's mother tongue is Malayalam. He eats puttu. His famous festival is Onam. Third, Venkat. He is speaking Hindi at home. He likes chapati. His most important festival is Holi. Students, what do you observe from these 3 characters? They are speaking different languages at home, eating different kinds of food and celebrating different types of festivals. But they are good friends. They study together, play games and do a lot of activities in a group. The same is true if you look around in your neighborhood. These differences make us unique as Indians. People come from different backgrounds, belong to different cultures and worship in different ways, yet we live together. This is known as diversity. Students, once again I repeat the definition of the diversity. Diversity is a state of being different from each other. Next is diversity in India. Our India is a home to a civilization that is 5,000 years old. Civilization means advanced stage of human, society and culture development. Civilization were established only in places near the rivers. The first historical civilization is Mesopotamia. Then Harappan civilization, Mohenjo-daro and Indus Valley civilization. These are all the oldest civilization in India. Different groups of people from different parts of the world were attracted towards India over the years because of its wealth. Students, do you know what kind of wealth attracted other countries to India? The major attractive wealth of India are spices, diamonds, ivories and pearls. Some people came for trade with the local people and others were keen on invading its territory. So people of different countries migrated into India by land and sea routes over time. Thus the Dravidian, Mongoloids, Aryans, Negroids and Alpines became the part of the modern India race. Then the people who migrated to India, they moved to other parts of the countries also. This movement and migration of people is the reason for India's rich diversity. Next we can move on to different types of diversity. It is very important point this lesson. So listen carefully. The different types of diversity are landforms and lifestyle diversity, social diversity, religious diversity, linguistic diversity, and cultural diversity. Once again I repeat students, landforms and lifestyle diversity, social diversity, religious diversity, linguistic diversity, and cultural diversity are the different types of diversity. First we are going to see about landforms and lifestyle diversity. Students, as I told previous lesson, the earth is the terrestrial planet because solid outer layer of the earth consisting of rocks and soils. The surface of the earth is covered with a variety of different types of landforms such as valleys, plains, mountains, island, coastline and desert. Continent is the vast land masses on earth. The earth has 7 continents. Students, how many continents are there on the earth? There are 7 continents on the earth. Asia is the largest continent. Our country India is a subcontinent of Asia. India has different types of physical features such as mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers and seas and various types of weather patterns. So India is known as subcontinent. Once again I repeat students, India is known as subcontinent because India has various physical features such as mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers and seas and various types of weather patterns. These features has an underlying influence upon the people who live in different landforms of the country. Students, physical and climatic features determine the economic activities of a region, which means the different types of landforms and the climatic conditions determine the occupation for the people in that region. For an example, the people living in plains thrive on agriculture. Otherwise, the major occupation for the people who live in plains in agriculture. People in the coastal areas take to fishing for their livelihood. The major occupation for the people who live in mountains region is rearing of animals. The people who live in landscape practice cultivation of coffee and tea. Students, diversity in landforms also impacts the flora and fauna of a region. Flora is all the plants life present in a particular region or time. Then fauna. Fauna is all the animals life present in a particular region or time. Students, the plants and animals wealth of a place depends upon the natural habitat and the climate that prevails in that region. So, food, clothing, occupation and livelihood of the people is closely connected with the region's natural surroundings and climate. Students, do you know Mawsynram located in Meghalaya is the land of highest rainfall. Once again I repeat students, Mawsynram is the land of highest rainfall. Jaisalmer located in Rajasthan is the land of lowest rainfall. Once again I repeat students, Jaisalmer is the land of lowest rainfall. Students, next we are going to see about social diversity. Social diversity is made up of interdependence and coexistence, family and society. Once again I repeat students, social diversity is made up of interdependence and coexistence, family and society. First is interdependence and coexistence, which means the dependence of two or more people living in harmony and peace. Then community. Community is a place where people live together with a common interest or heritage. Otherwise, a group of people living together and practicing common ownership. Once again, I repeat, students, it is a place where people live together with a common interest or heritage. Next, the community is made up of peasants or farmers, laborers, parents, teachers, students, artisans, and many others. Once again, I repeat, students, our community is made up of peasants, laborers, artisans, parents, teachers, students, and many others. For a comfortable livelihood, communities depend on each others. Otherwise, for a comfortable life, the people depend on each other. Next is family and society. Students, we all know that the family is the fundamental unit of a society. There are two types of families. They are joint family and nuclear family. Families live in a harmonious neighborhood. Next is village. Hundreds of neighborhoods collectively form a village and it has less population. Then city. Thousands of them group together in a city and it has more population. So students, the village has very less population and the city has more population. The needs of people and the interdependence of communities for amenities such as water, food, electricity, education, housing, and so on bring us together to live in harmony. Which means the basic needs of the food, water, electricity, education, and housing, the people depend on each other. Though we are all diverse in our cultural practices, we are united and interdependent socially. Next, we are going to learn about religious diversity. India is a secular country, which means we can practice any religion without the interference of government. So, the government also doesn't declare any religion as state religion. The freedom of religion is our fundamental right. India is the birthplace of many religions and has become the home of many others also. Hinduism, Jainism, Christianity, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, Sikhism, and Islam are the religions flourish in India. Next is the colorful festivals of India. India is a land of many festivals where the people from different religions engage in many colorful celebrations in different parts of the country. So, there are festivals for every season, for every legend or myth, every region, and every religious places. Indian festivals are celebrated according to the solar and lunar calendar. The wide variety of festivals celebrated in India is a true manifestation of its rich culture and traditions. Next, we can see about the famous Indian festivals. Pongal is a harvest festival of South India. Diwali is the festival of lights. Holi is a popular ancient festival of Mathura, Vrindavan, Uttar Pradesh, and etc. Next, Ayudha Puja. This festival celebrated in different states of India. Navaratri is celebrated as the Durga Puja festival in West Bengal. It is the most important festival to Bengali Hindus and a major social and public event in eastern and northeastern states of India. Dashara is celebrated in many places of India by setting statue of Ravana on fire by Lord Rama. Next is Ganesh Chaturthi. In India, it is majorly celebrated in different states. Next is Bihu. It is the most important harvest festival of Assam. Next is Kumbh Mela. It is a major festival in Hindus which is held every 12 years. Next is Onam. Onam is the most popular festival in Kerala. Then Miladi Nabi. It is the observance of the birthday of Islamic prophet Muhammad. Next is Ramzan. It is the holy month of fasting, introspection and prayer of Muslims and the followers of Islam. Next is Christmas. It is an annual festival which is widely celebrated in the world. It is the birth of Jesus Christ. Next is Buddha Purnima. It is one of the main festivals of Buddhism which marks the birth anniversary of Siddhanta Gautama. Next is Mahavir Jayanti. It is the birth anniversary of Lord Mahavir. Then Guru Nanak Jayanti. In Sikhism, Guru Nanak Jayanti is a celebration of the birthday of Guru Nanak, the founder of the region. Next is Raksha Bandhan. The festival of Raksha Bandhan is observed as a symbol of duty between brothers and sisters. These festivals denote the cultural diversity of India. Students, now let's see the textbook pages related to today's topic. We are seeing about understanding diversity. Students, look at the table. Student 1, he speaks Tamil at home and he eats rice. Then his most important festival is Pongal. Then student 2, he speaks Malayalam at home and he eats puttu. Then his most important festival is Onam. Students 3, he is speaking Hindi at home. He likes chapati. Then he celebrates Holi festival. From the below table, we understand that the three students are different from one another. This shows that the people speak different languages, eat different kinds of food, celebrate their own festivals, and practice a culture different from one another. Similarly, people who live in different parts of our country differ in their ways of life. These differences makes us unique as Indians. We come from different backgrounds, belong to different cultures, worship in different ways, yet we live together. This is known as diversity. Next is diversity in India. India is a home to a civilization that is 5,000 years old. Different groups of people from different parts of the world were attracted towards India over the years because of its wealth. Some came for trade with the local people and others were keen on invading its territory. So diverse races of people migrated into India by land and sea routes over time. Thus the Dravidians, Negroids, Aryans, Alpines and Mongolites became the part of the modern Indian race. Then the people who migrated to India also moved to other parts of the country. This movement and migration of people is the reason for India's rich diversity. Next is types of diversity. Landforms and lifestyle diversity, social diversity, religious diversity, linguistic diversity and cultural diversity. Then landforms. The surface of earth is covered with a variety of different types of landforms such as valley, mountains, plains, island, desert and coastline. Landforms and lifestyle diversity. A continent is a very large area of land with various physical features such as mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers and seas and various types of weather patterns. India has all of them. So India is known as a subcontinent. These features have an underlying influence upon the people who live in different landforms of the country. Physical and climatic features determine the economic activities of a region. People living in a plains thrive on agriculture, while people in a coastal area take to fishing for their livelihood. In mountainous region, rearing of animals is undertaken. Hilly landscapes are supported by favorable climatic conditions for the cultivation of coffee and tea. Then, Mawsynram, located in Meghalaya, is the land of highest rainfall. Jaisalmer, located in Rajasthan, is the land of lowest rainfall. Then, social diversity, interdependence and coexistence. A community is a place where people live together with a common interest or heritage. Our community is made up of peasants, laborers, artisans, parents, teachers, students, and many others. For a comfortable livelihood, communities depend on each other. Then, family and society. Families constitute the fundamental unit of a society. There are two types of families: joint families and nuclear families. Families live in a harmonious neighborhood. Hundreds of neighborhoods collectively form a village, and thousands of them group together in a city. The needs of people and the interdependence of communities for amenities such as water, food, electricity, education, housing, and so on bring us together to live in harmony. Though we are diverse in our cultural practices, we are united and interdependent socially. Next is religious diversity. Our constitution declares India to be a secular nation in which all religions are treated equally. The freedom of religion is our fundamental right. India is the birthplace of many religions and has become the home of many others. Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Zoroastrianism flourish in India. India is a land of festivals where people from different religions engage in many colorful celebrations in different parts of the country and coexist harmoniously. The wide variety of festivals celebrated in India is a true manifestation of its rich culture and traditions. Festivals like Pongal, Deepavali, Holi, Vijayadasami, Ayudha Puja, Navaratri, Durga Puja, Dasara, Ganesh Chaturthi, Bihu, Kumbh Mela, Onam, Miladi Nabi, Ramzan, Christmas, Buddha Purnima, Mahavir Jayanti, Guru Nanak Jayanti, and Raksha Bandhan are some of the festivals that denote the cultural diversity of India. Next, evaluation. Students, here are some evaluation questions. Define diversity. What are the types of diversity? Why is India called a subcontinent? Write the names of 3 major festivals celebrated in India. What is community? Answer these questions in your social notebook. We can see about the cultural diversity in our next class.